Hello, real quick, you guys. I wanted to just let you know that I am utilizing another software because my old one is the editing can be so brutal. So with this new one, I am trying to get more familiar with it so that I can get my videos and content out to you guys a little quicker. I have timers, I have bulletin points to kind of keep me on time and move through my points that I want to make to you guys. So this is a learning curve for me. So I'm asking for your patience as I learn how to navigate this new editing software that I'm using to create my content on. Okay, thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoy this topic for today and let me know in the comments what you think. All right, bye. Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Liv. I'm truly happy that you are here. In that previous video, I explained how misclassification and crime data does more than distort statistics. It directly affects how our communities are targeted, monitored, and judged. That same system of misclassification also impacts how political power is distributed in America, especially through redistricting and representation. Today's message will show how politics, originally designed to protect Black Americans, are like after slavery and the Civil War, are being used to shift representation away from original Americans, both Black and white, by counting people who are not citizens in political districts. Most discussions about 14th Amendment focus on citizenship or equal protection, but Section 2 is the part that determines representation in Congress. According to Section 2, representation is based on the total number of persons living in a state, not the number of citizens, not the number of registered voters, but simply persons. This policy was created after the Civil War to protect Black political power. Southern states wanted to deny voting rights to millions of newly freed Black men, yet still gain full political representation in Congress. Now, Section 2 forced states to choose either grant voting rights to Black citizens or lose representation. This rule was written specifically so that Black bodies could not be counted for power without receiving political rights. Redistricting today still follows Section 2. Census totals are used to determine how many congressional seats and electoral college votes each state receive. Those totals count every person living in the state: citizens, visa holders, green card holders, illegal immigrants, and even children who cannot vote. This means districts with large non-citizens or illegal immigrants populations gain more representation, even when many people living there are not part of the American political community. Black Americans remain the smallest major demographic group in the United States. When political representation is determined by population instead of citizenship, Black political influence becomes diluted quickly. In cities such as Chicago, Houston, Atlanta, Los Angeles, and New York, the presence of large non-citizens or illegal alien population increases population totals, which increases representation for those districts. But the actual voting power inside those districts become weaker because many counted residents cannot vote. This shifts power away from Black citizens whose representations was originally protected by the 14th and 15th Amendment. The amendment meant to secure Black representation is now being used to diminish it. Let me make something very clear before we go forward. The amendment that was created to protect the political strength of Black Americans after slavery is now being used to dilute Black power, not by accident, but by strategy. But here's the truth that many won't tell you. The strategy only works with the help of Black representation. These policies, redistricting based on non-citizens, counting undocumented immigrants for political seats, using Black Reconstruction laws to benefit people who are not even U.S. citizens, None of this works without a Black face helping to push it. Why? Because these laws were written for foundational Black Americans. The struggle, the trauma, the legal fight, the constitutional amendments, they are stamped with our blood, our history, our name. So to use them politically, they need someone Black to stand there and pretend the same struggles apply to everyone else. And let's be honest, every Black politician is not fighting for Black Americans. Some are fighting to protect the same system that keeps Black Americans broke, uneducated, and replaceable. For them, it's job security, it guarantees votes, it becomes a career, not a calling. And that's exactly why nothing changes. We keep choosing people who look like us, but they don't speak for us. And I want to be perfectly clear. When I say us, I'm not talking about the artificially created dependent class that this system keeps promoting as the voice of Black America. The group is not who we are. I'm speaking for the millions of Black Americans who value family over government control, believe in personal responsibility and dignity, what freedom, or I should say, want freedom, not dependency, believe in faith, or at least moral order, and actually wants to build something in this country, not destroy it. We exist, we always have. We're simply not the ones the media elevates because independence isn't profitable to them. So when I say those politicians don't speak for us, I'm talking about us, the quiet majority of Black Americans who love our families, honor God, our moral truth, want strong communities, and still believe America can work for everybody when the system stops using us as tools. We've been ignored and silenced for too long, but this generation, in this era, that silence is ending. Real representation is not about skin color. It's about protecting the constitutional promises that were made specifically to Black Americans so our communities could thrive as Americans. America first means all Americans first. And if we truly believe that, then we have to stop supporting leaders who put everyone else ahead of us, the very people those laws were originally written to protect. When Black representation betrays America first, it betrays all Americans, especially Black America. This shift does not affect only Black Americans. It impacts all Americans' descendants from those who built and established the nation, both Black and white. When non-citizens are counted for representation, the political voice of those who legally belong to the nation becomes weaker. This creates a slow replacement of original Americans, not by culture, not by achievement, and not by citizenship, but by raw numbers. Representation becomes based on who resides here, not who belongs to the nation, paying into it, fighting for it, and hold allegiance to it. Political power can eventually be controlled by areas that do not represent American citizens, but by population with no legal stake in the country. Misclassification in crime data hides demographic realities. Misclassification in census and identity categories hides population realities. When these distorted numbers are used to determine political districts, funding, and representation, the outcome is the same. The replacement of legitimate American voices by data manipulation, not democracy. These policies take power away from the citizens they were originally designed to protect. When Black political rights are weakened, it signals a broader weakening of citizen rights for everyone. Policies that treat people like numbers are rooted in deception, not truth. The foundation of the 14th and 15th Amendment was moral, to prevent a government from benefiting from Black lives while denying their rights. Today, the same system is being used without moral purpose, without protection, and without allegiance to the people who built this nation. When a nation allows citizens, black and white, to be replaced in representation by individuals who have not legally joined its covenant, the nation is violating its own spiritual contract. To protect American representation, representation should be based on citizenship, not raw population. Voters and local residents must demand transparency in redistricting. Communities must understand how representation is counted and not just how votes are cast. Families must pass down accurate history so the next generation recognizes when we are being replaced politically. This is not a call against immigrants, it's a call to protect the political rights of American citizens, especially those whose rights were purchased with struggle, blood, and centuries of sacrifice. The amendment written to secure black political power after slavery are being used today to redistribute power away from the very people they were designed to protect. When black representation is diluted, America's core political structure shifts. When the political voice of citizens is replaced by the counting of non citizens, the nation begins to lose its identity. To protect democracy, America must remain governed by Americans. Black and white Americans are not secondary populations. We are the living heirs of this nation's covenant. And if we do not protect that inheritance, it will be taken from us through the very law meant to defend us. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a question to really think about. Do you believe that as Americans, we are meant to depend on the government for our identity and our future, or are we meant to depend on each other, build our families, and take responsibility for the nation we live in? Think about that because how we answer has the potential to shape not only our politics, but our children's lives. My hope for all of us, no matter where we come from, is that we stand together as Americans, not controlled by states that keep us divided, but united by responsibility, dignity, and the freedom to build our own lives. We are stronger when we choose independence over dependency and community over control. Thank you for joining me today. If you haven't already, I hope you consider subscribing and supporting the channel. Don't forget to like this video, and I'll see you in the next one.